Hey guys, so I'm going to try something. I don't even know if you guys are ever going to see this video, if it's going to work out, and it'll probably go towards Patreon first because I owe them something, so I'll eventually release it to the public, but probably going to give the gift to Patreon first, but I decided, because I've been going back and forth, what am I going to do? What am I going to do in terms of the election? Because I'm really not a political person. I've never done a reading on politics before, but Spirit was kind of bringing me into it. With the Autowrites and whatnot. And so there's some stuff that they showed me last time. So I just would like to do cards on Kamala Harris. I hope I'm saying that right. Just to see what the cards say. And again, I'm learning the tarot cards. Okay. I'm actually pulling regular tarot cards into this and some other cards in regards to the energy around her, the energy around the situation, the best that I can. And also I might bring in some of the crime cards and whatnot. I don't know. So I'm just going to play it by ear, go where I'm pulled. And like I said, I've never read these tarot cards before, so I need everybody to be patient with me in understanding that I don't really know what I'm doing for the most part in the way that I'm doing this. So I'm kind of throwing myself into deep water right now and just gonna see if I can swim and see what I get with the cards, because sometimes I get visions and stuff with it, sometimes I don't. And in terms of what I feel and what I've kind of already put out there. The last video that I posted about this, and I try to remain unbiased. I try to not go for one way or another. I have my own thoughts and feelings. I read energy for a living. I know what I feel about a certain person and what I feel about somebody else, but that's my opinion and my opinion only. This is coming from a spiritual place, a psychic place. This is not coming from my opinions. So I'm only going to tell you what I see and what I feel with the cards. And if you don't like that, I don't know what to say. No one has control over that but spirit and the universe and the way things are supposed to be. So don't come at me for that. If you don't want to watch this video and you don't want to know anything about this, then don't watch. But please keep it friendly in the comments. I've seen other psychics do this and they have not had problems in the comments, and I seem to. So if you're for the other side, that's fine. You can have your own beliefs and your own opinions, and if you want to be on that vibration, that's totally on you. It's your life. You live it the way that you want to. Support who you want to. So I'm not saying one way or another. I'm just gonna. This reading is specifically on Kamala Harris. If something else comes into it, I'm gonna say it. But if you go back to the video where I was describing my visions and trying to explain them and explain that it was 3 different visions I was getting and it could have been way in the future and how I was understanding it, all I did was that, and I got some kind of a-hole comments, and I was just trying to explain things. So again, if you don't like my comments, I don't know what to I don't really care. I don't know what to say. Go to another channel where you like their comments and they're just go somewhere else, right? We're all vibing with the same tribe, and I think we all want a fresh perspective. I think we all want freedom, and so I'm just going to leave it at that. Remember, information that comes in, and if I get any visions, I will tell you what they are as we go along as well. Information that comes in can be past, present, future, symbolic, multiple meanings. Remember, the cards will come in or surrounding the situation, surrounding her, surrounding other things that surround it. I'm going to pull various cards and see what I feel. I do it to where I pull it, understand it, and then I put on the video, just because I feel like sitting there and shuffling takes too much time. You're sitting there and watching me shuffle. I just don't like it. I'm not to that point where I feel like I like to record that yet. I like to sit and kind of ponder and understand the cards a bit. So keep in mind, and it is a matter of perception, right? I could totally misperceive everything. I could totally misperceive the cards. And I was actually feeling extremely tired, and all of a sudden, I was like, I want to go try this. So again, I don't know if you're ever going to see this. I don't know how it's going to work out, but I'm going to try it. And if I do put this out and you're on Patreon, I'm so sorry it's taking me so long to get anything out for you guys. I do sincerely apologize with the heat and everything. It's been really tough for me to keep up with everything. So please know and understand that I will do the best that I can, and I appreciate your love and support. Okay, so here we go. And I just want to like throw this out there real quick, is that in my Autowrites, I felt like we were going to have a younger person, and that was before Biden stepped down. So if it was a younger energy, it wasn't male or female, it was just a younger energy. And I explained all this in my readings, or in my descriptions of how I was seeing three different things, three different people in my opinion, or feeling three different people in my opinion. So, and also there's also a vision that I saw, and I want to see if the cards back that up. In that description, when I was kind of saying it to everybody before I posted it, I was seeing confetti and her on the podium and her sign in the background. So I don't know what that meant. I don't know if that means that things are going to go good. I don't know if that means she's going to win. I'm not really sure. It's all symbolic, right? The way that I feel that something unfortunate is going to happen. Like I said, this is going to be very unprecedented, this election. It's not going to be anything like we've ever seen before. There's going to be lots of twists and turns and bombshells. So there might be something that actually kind of happens to Trump. And I may do his cards. I don't really want to get into like to his energy or into that. Like, I'm trying to remain, I don't want to cause problems. I don't want people upset. So I'm trying to kind of not go into places where I have my own opinion and where it's going to upset people. So I'm not really sure about that, but I feel like something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. I'm feeling like kind of like both of Biden and Trump's, like there's something definitely like Biden isn't doing the greatest, and I don't think Trump is either. Like both of their brains, I get a reference to both, so it's hard to tell which one, like, which one is having issues, because I kind of feel like they both kind of are having similar cognitive issues, but I always get kind of like the brain with Biden for some reason. But I feel like also Trump is slipping cognitively, and I think we've all seen it. And this is not to make these predictions or wish anything ill on anybody, but again, reminding you back to the vision and keeping in mind things can have multiple meanings, right? Going back to the vision of the flag at half mast, the coffin in the White House, like that's something that always keeps repeating every time I talk about this. And I don't know if it's Biden, Trump, both. I'm not really sure. They tend to always show me Trump crossed out. So in some way between here and election, something's going to happen, in my opinion, to him. Either he's going to go to jail or something's going to happen. Like, I can't shake that feeling, and I'm not wishing that on anybody. I'm not hoping that for anybody, but that's just something that, like, I can't forget, because they keep bringing up, like, when they showed me a couple years ago with the cross, with the X out on Trump's face, like, symbolically. Okay. So I just wanted to throw those little tidbits out there before I get going on the cards. Okay, so I don't know why I got a headache all of a sudden when I started doing this. So the first one we have is the Six of Pentacles, and it is literally a person handing out money to the poor. So if we look at this is someone that is generous, shared wealth. She's about giving and receiving. She is also, financially financially stable. She is stability, and it's coming across that she is a giver and one that wants to give to the world. Her heart is in the right place, in my opinion. Looking at this card, this is also belonging to the heart chakra. So, it's surrounding heart and love and generosity, and that's the very first card I pulled. So I feel like she's a very generous person, and this is what she wants to actually give to the world. Okay. Also, we have the Ace of Swords, which is going to be her card because she actually is a Libra. Okay. Libra, the Libra card in tarot is actually the Justice card, which she is a prosecutor. I find that very interesting. I have a Libra moon, so I totally understand it. We're just coming from different perspectives. So this is about clarity, sound decision making. We're having a breakthrough and breakthrough justice, new opportunities, and it can be the beginning of a conflict. But this is also a yes card, but it's this is about her. I feel like she thinks before she makes decisions, and she is about justice. Like, she does stand for justice. Okay. And the swords would be her card. It's interesting if you look at the symbolism of this card, right? You have the sword with the crown on the top. Okay. So I feel like that's kind of what she stands for. She is I just heard freedom fighter. So I feel like she is a freedom fighter. I feel like she does want justice, and that's who she is to her core. They're showing me, I know she does have Aries placement, so she does have the fire for that. But also Libras are very charismatic. People love them. That's one thing about Libras, is they can draw people in, right? But this is her with the crown on the sword, and again, breakthrough. We could have many breakthroughs with her, as long as she's got a good Congress behind her. That's the one thing we have to understand is, yes, we can put a good president in there, but we also have to have a good Congress. And unfortunately, for a long time in the past, I don't know how many Autowrites I've been getting war stuff. And I know that there's a lot of predictions out there about us having a war at one point. And we have to remember it's going to happen no matter who's our president. But it's if they can have the strength to get us through it. So, and the brains, I should say the brains, because I just heard that. All right. So next we have the King of Cups. Okay, and the King of Cups is about kindness. It's about wisdom, innovation, being diplomatic, trust, forgiveness, nurtures creative endeavors. So she's now, when you come to cards, okay, anytime you're giving a reading, like if you're pulling tarot for someone, there's not really a gender specific on here. Although I did pull a Queen of Wands. So in which she does have fire placements. So this is also an Aquarius card. We are going into Pluto of Aquarius. I do feel like there'll be some sort of delays, like I said, with the election. I know they said that's not possible, but if something happens to Biden or Trump, it is a possibility. I don't know. I just feel like a bunch of chaos around the election, and maybe that's why I'm having a hard time like knowing for sure. But this is about, she has kindness. She's wise. She's smart. She's intelligent. She's innovative. So she has ideas on what she's going to bring to the country, what she's going to like because I feel like she really wants to make a change. They just spelt freedom in my head. And I'm not making this stuff up, guys. I will never tell you anything I don't see. So they show me freedom, and it's got blue around it, which is, I'm taking that color as like tranquility. Like, that's what she's about. She wants as close to like that as freedom as she can get, because she is a justice fighter. And she's very diplomatic. So I feel like even though she's a woman, she knows how to be diplomatic towards other countries and other leaders. And again, nurtures creative endeavors. So she's kind of a nurturer, but she does have kindness within her. So, and then we have the Temperance card, which is a really wonderful card to get in this instance. And Jupiter is the planet of luck, and that is there as well. So this is about balance, patience, moderation, calm, self-control, cooperating with others, and finding solutions. So she is about cooperating with other world leaders, is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing her being like surrounded by world leaders at like a table. It's symbolic. And her trying to help make our world a better place and becoming diplomatic. So that's how I'm taking this. The Temperance card is also, she's calm and cool when she does that, but she's also very direct. And even though she's a woman, she doesn't take shit. So that's the fire in her. That's the Aries. She does have, again, I think it's an Aries rising. It's Aries rising and Gemini moon, if I'm thinking right. So she has a couple air placements and then fire. Air placements. Air is very intelligent, very revolutionary. And then you have that fire that's kind of like, she's a Spitfire in other terms, is what I'm getting. So, and she has a balance. I feel like she wants to tip the scales of balance, because they just showed me like the justice scales, which is the Libra card, but it like tipping from one end to another. Like that's what she's looking for. She's wanting things to be fair and just. And I feel like she's more calm. Like even though we all have our moments, and she's probably like sometimes in her own time, in her own space, probably cussing some people under her breath, because I'm a Libra and I do that, and I could totally see we're human, right? We're gonna have that. We have to get it out somehow. So I feel like she does have self-control, but maybe in private she's doing that, which I don't blame her, because I do that. So we all have to have an outlet. None of us are cool and calm and collected all the time. But I feel like in front of everybody she is, and she is a calm person in that way. But she's gonna have her moments like we all do, because this is a fire sign. This is a fire card as well. But it's interesting. Okay, so the thing about Temperance card is we have this is a literal angel with, because you have to look at the symbolism of cards as well, okay? This is a literal angel with pouring one cup into another. There's a lot of cups in these cards. Just like we have the King of Cups, sitting on the throne, pouring the cups of water out for the world. That's how you can take it. And then we have, there's a sun, and it's a beautiful, we have water, which are emotions, but it's an angel, is temperance. And actually the saying for this is, I can manage my needs and resources wisely to create harmony. So that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to create harmony. These are really, I really pulled some good cards for her, and I pulled these cards. So these cards came on their own. I'm not making this shit up. Because then we have another cup card. And with her coming out as being, so there's a lot of mix of there's a lot of mix of the elements here, but her cup runneth over, right? Ace of Cups is one of the best cards in the deck you can get. It's basically about joy, new love, emotional waking, fulfillment, personal growth, because she is growing. She's going to have to grow as a person to handle this. Compassion, she has compassion, and I feel like she has creativity in the ways that she's going to try to come up with solutions for things. So we have to look at it as she's got the creativity for it, and she has the compassion, which I think is what we've been missing in a president. And it doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democrat, whatever it may be, it's who's right for the country right now, and who can show that. Neo, what do you want? Go where you're gonna go. So I feel like she has compassion for those that are less fortunate. She just showed me basically what the first card was. They just showed me like that's how she wants to be. Okay, so you have the Judgment card. So Judgment is also about someone of law, okay, legal. It's also her inner calling, okay, awareness and awakening. So I feel like she's become more aware of what she's capable of and what she can accomplish. She's awakening to a new job, a new era, and she's probably going back to reflection. I feel like she's reflecting on what hasn't worked before, and what can we do to change what hasn't worked before. And this is her inner calling. This is literally her inner calling. She literally is justice. Okay, if we look back to, again, she's a Libra and she's a prosecutor. This is literally her card. See, it is a Libra card. This is literally representing her, Libra. And look at the side. It says, I'll get the best results. Straightforward. But this is also an angel, giving to the world, okay? Justice. She's got that. She's playing the music for the world, okay? And look at everybody around her. So that's pretty interesting, because that's the Judgment card, and I will get the best results. Yeah, let's talk about straightforward there. I don't even know. But I feel like she has a little bit of an uphill battle in terms of the people surrounding her, because we have that there's going to be someone scheming against her, because we have the seven of swords. And this is how I'm perceiving this card, is this is what she's offering to the world, is all the cards that I've just given you. And then she has someone that's coming, you know, she might have a little bit of a problem carrying all these swords. She might have people trying to be dishonest towards her or trick her. There's criminal activity around her, but I don't think it's from her. I think it's people maybe around her or her opponents. The way that I'm taking it, I'm not taking this card as from her. So, you know how politics are and the government is, like, there's still going to always be that stuff. And remember, this can represent things around her as well. Because then we have the Knight of Wands. Okay. The Knight of Wands is about passion, bravery, being fearless, being confident, being a hero, and inspired action. So this is her answering the call and coming into this ready to make a difference and being very brave and energetic about it. There's a lot of yes cards in here. And so we literally have the Magician. Okay, so the Magician is basically magic. This is someone taking something and turning it into something else. It's about manifestation, creativity, desire, willpower, resourceful, and the art of communication. So we all know that she's a great communicator. She's a great debater. That's why someone doesn't want to debate her. She has that art of communication, because I don't know if she was really good at debate when she was in school. I keep going back to like college or something like that, and I feel like she got really good grades and she might have graduated with honors. But I also get a reference to, like, I don't know if she's like on a debate team or if she ever debated, because I feel like she was really good at it naturally, and she's very quick thinking, which is also an air sign quality. My nose is itching for some reason. And she has the willpower and the determination to try to make things happen, because this is like magic. Like, this is someone that's like a magician. Like, they're trying to, take that willpower and be resourceful and communicate and bring everything together to achieve the goal. Because it says right here on the card, I'll try my best to reach my goal. So she's going to try the best that she can. She's going to try. Nobody's perfect. We're all human. So we can't expect her to be God, and we can't expect anybody to be perfect all the time. There has to be a balance. But this is also, this has to do with the throat chakra. Has to do with Mercury. Those are both communication. So her throat chakra, and Mercury is the planet of communication. Okay. And again, it's an air element, but so she's very good at communication. And here we have, I believe, her, although it's not an air sign. We have the Queen of Wands. She is confident, she's attractive, she's passionate, she's independent, she's determined, and she's a social butterfly, and she's vivacious. And I think that basically describes her. So it's almost like she has two sides of her, because so this is actually Aries. So this would be her, I think it's her rising. I want to say she's an Aries rising, which is how she presents to the world as someone more outgoing, and passionate. Okay. She has the confidence for this, and she's literally, sitting on her throne with a black cat in the front. So I think that's interesting, but she's very passionate. And so again, this is a fire card. So that's who she presents as a fire sign a lot of the times. If she's an Aries rising, I'm pretty sure she is, unless I got those backwards. Still, she's still got that fire in her top three. And so then we have the two of coins, or the two pentacles. Okay, so finding balance, managing her time, being adaptable, and making a choice. So she's going to have to do all of those things. This is a very earth card. This is about kind of money. So, finding the balance financially, making time, like time managing each of her, like stuff, like each of her priorities and things that she has to do, and she's able to adapt to those priorities, and you know, she's going to have to be making lots of choices. Okay. We have the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles is another really good card in the deck. It's about new beginnings, career opportunities, resources, manifestation, abundance, stability, security, and prosperity. And I think that kind of speaks for itself in terms of what she wants to bring and what she represents, as far as she does represent new beginnings. Something that's new, something that's fresh, somewhere we've never been before, which would be Pluto and Aquarius. What is more revolutionary than this? And this, you know, a career opportunity for her. But she does seem to want to bring stability, security, and prosperity to us. And then we also have the Hanged Man is the next one. So that is about, it's a new perspective into things, like having a new perspective. It's about liberation, self-surrendering, independence, contemplation, spiritual development, sacrifice for a higher cause. Okay. Now, Biden did sacrifice for the higher cause. We can bring that into this meaning as well. And also, we have to, as the world, view things from a new perspective. It's no good to just stay in one frame of mind, straight on frame of mind, right? It's no good for us to do that. So we have to look at new perspectives and fresh perspectives and kind of not have tunnel vision. And that's what this is about, is to have a broader perspective on things. And it says I have to view the matters from a new perspective. So, and again, she's about liberation, and she is kind of sacrificing her life, herself, for the country, and the good of the country is how you take it. That's what a president should do, right? And we have, well, actually, it's this card and then this card that got mixed up. So we have the Hermit. A Hermit is a very, very spiritual type person, but it is also someone that needs to step in. So I feel like she's stepping in, taking self-reflection and introspect and spiritual contemplation, and she is receiving guidance from other people, right? So she's receiving guidance, she's giving guidance, but she's also in that, like, concentrating on what she needs to do, what she needs to say, what she needs to bring out to the world. I am seeking solitude to explore my options with wisdom. So I feel like she goes into introspection sometimes when she's by herself, when she's allowed to be by herself, and she's probably thinking a lot. She's an air sign. Air signs, our brain never stops running. And if she's a Libra, Gemini, she's double air. So she's probably always thinking. Okay, and we can be very analytical at times too, but and then the last card is strength. Okay, so her having strength to get through this. I pulled this as if she was going to be in office. I got, this is a yes card, but it's about strength, bravery, confidence, courage, focusing, persuasion. So she does have to persuade a lot of people that she can do the job. Influence, energy, and overcoming the obstacle of winning the election. I will patiently resolve conflicts and contradiction. So this is her energy. This is what she's wanting to do. This is what she's trying to have the strength to do this. And look at her even petting the lion. She's taming the lion in this card. So this is also a Leo card, but she is, and it's a fire card. And this is, that rules the sun, as you guys know. So this is about her having strength and having bravery and stepping into this role, and she's going to have influence over people. So this is her persuading the masses as well, and she's going to overcome the obstacle of election, or overcome whatever obstacle she faces, but she has the strength to do so. So I felt like pulling a couple more cards. So we have this two of swords. And this is about Okay, this makes sense. So this is about like a stalemate, difficult choices. She's kind of stuck in the middle. Hidden information, coming to a crossroads, and there's opposing forces, which we all know she's got opposing forces. She's got things that are against her. And so that's her. And this is also a Libra card. So this is difficult. She's got some difficult choices coming ahead, but she's also got opposing forces. So that's just her being in the middle of it all. And I feel like she's got anxiety and she's overwhelmed, because that's the 9 of Swords right here, which isn't a great card, but we have to think, how is she feeling inside? This is a lot of pressure for anybody. Okay, this is also a Gemini card, which is one of her signs. So like I was saying, if she's cussing people out like in her own space when she's by herself, like through her mind, like that's what I do. Like when I run things in my mind and I get mad, and I sometimes I just like, I'm by myself. I'm not saying it to anybody, but it's just getting it out, right? So I feel like that's what she's doing, and she does have anxiety. She's not showing it to you guys, but this is what she's feeling inside, and she's fearful a little bit, because if she loses this, there's a lot at stake, right? And she knows there's a lot at stake. So that's a lot of pressure. So everybody needs to give her some grace, because there's a lot of pressure there. But what was interesting when I pulled this is I pulled the High Priestess card. So she's coming in the High Priestess position, which is, again, one of the most extremely positive cards in the deck. This is someone that is an innovative or intuitive, subconscious female energy, inner voice, spirituality, secrets, wisdom. I believe I will make the right decision at the right time. So this is about, High Priestess is, if you think of what a High Priestess is, and they're sitting on their throne, okay? And then we have the Page of Wands. Imagination, inspiration, extrovert, exploration, fresh ideas, eye-opener, cheerfulness, and energetic. So that's what she's trying to bring. She's trying to bring that energy. She's trying to bring that that cheerfulness. We never see a president smile. They're always so serious. It's just different because it's a woman. And then, it doesn't make her weak. It makes her human. Okay? So she has a lot of things that we've never seen before because she is a woman. If we think about it, women give birth to kids. We go through the pregnancy. We endure a lot in life. We endure abusive relationships. We have to fight our way up to the top. Like, we have it a lot harder, and look how far she's come. So you have to take all of that determination and brilliance and everything that she's done through her life to get to where she is and say, look how far she's come as a woman of color in this, in this world. Like, first VP vice president, and now first woman VP vice president, and now possibly president. So look how far she's come. Yes, she's a woman, and sometimes women are viewed as weak, but she's not weak. She's just showing her human side, which we all need to understand exists, right? With presidency, yes, there needs to become strength. Yes, there needs to become diplomacy. Yes, there needs to become, you have to talk to a lot of world leaders. You have to persuade people. You have to bring things in, be smart enough to have the ideas to bring the world what they need and do it in a good way. And, so she's bringing a different perspective as well. And just because you're a woman does not make you weak. Let me tell you, I've seen men, and when I'm talking about this stuff, it's because I'm getting I'm channeling it too, but I'm also seeing, I don't know if you guys have seen those where the guys put on they have period cramps and they can't handle it. I mean, women are stronger in a lot of ways than men. It might not be physically stronger. We're able to handle a lot on our shoulders. And that's one thing that I think everybody needs to understand. Just because she's a woman doesn't make her weak. It actually makes her more compassionate for the world, in the world issues, more than a man will. And we've had men for many, many years. It's the time of the feminine. It's time to look at things from a new perspective in a different way and try something else. And that's just what's coming in. It's not from me or anything like that. That's what I'm feeling to say. Don't come at me. You guys want to hear something funny that I was just saying as I was shuffling? She was queen at one point in a castle. Like, they showed me her being queen. I find that so fascinating. They just showed me that. So this is not the first time she's ruled, and that might be why she's picked this rule, this path again, just in a different way. I just they were just showing me that. I was like, oh man, that's so interesting. And you know what else they're showing me is, next year I feel like it's going to be pretty chaotic. The astrology is pointing that way as well. And it doesn't matter what leader we have, we're going to have that. It's going to be kind of a huge test. But sometimes the tower has to crumble to be rebuilt. And that's kind of what Spirit was showing me right now. So I'd be interested to see if I actually pulled like a tower card or something. These are actually new cards that I'm selling on my TikTok. They're for another company. So hold on one second. We'll get back. Spirit also wanted me to remind you guys, I think it was the Nine of Swords. She's carrying a heavy burden. She's trying to carry all those swords on her back. So, in a world of man. So it's a heavy burden. We have that's basically why I feel like that card came in and what Spirit was kind of just showing me right now. But she will come out the High Priestess because those two cards came in and then we got the High Priestess cards. But she has strength to deal with it all. So the first card is the anchor card. So I'm taking it as like she's trying to be the anchor because this is actually, this can also be a pause, but it can be stability in the urban environment, a sense of balance as well. Okay. Something that is an anchor. Okay. Anchor. Look at it's what's interesting. You always have to look at the symbolism, the anchor, and it's between two buildings. So like, hopefully, anchors are strong. They anchor a ship where it needs to be, right? We're looking for that type of energy in our life, something to be the anchor in the world. Okay. So the next card is the Sun card, and the Sun card in the regular traditional tarot deck is one of the best cards you can get. It is about happiness, and everything that you could possibly want. And this is also happiness, success, and prosperity in the urban landscape. It symbolizes good luck as well and advancement and the fulfillment of desires. Okay. And Lily. And doesn't her name mean some kind of, I need to look it up. It's like lotus or something, but this is interesting. This is the lily. I always represent like the lily is like a mother card for me as well, like a mother, like feminine energy. But this is symbolizing like joy, patronage, and harmony in the vibrant urban atmosphere. So this is basically harmony, balance, wisdom, reliance, and experience and maturity. So that's what this is representing. I want to go back to the Sun card because I forgot a meaning here. This is also about emotional upsurge and a surge of strength and the desire to conquer new heights. And going back one more meaning to the anchor card. Sorry, my cat jumped up here and made everything go off. Is also about peace and order. Okay, which is what she sort of wrote. And sorry, I haven't used these cards yet. This is actually the first time I'm using them. So we also have the heart. Okay, the card of love, passion. Okay, it also means delight, joy, happiness, harmony. And it's also like satisfaction from her work and career advancement and praise for the quality of work. And then we have the Child card, which is the beginning of a new path filled with prospects and dynamic urban environment. It means joy, bright plans for the future, meeting with family, children, things like that. Okay. It also means start of new projects and an easy attitude towards money and being open to like having obligations and fulfilling those obligations. If you think of the energy of a child and how a child is, look at childlike type energy as well. So younger, vibrant energy. So we have the ship, so you can take it as her ship is coming in as a symbolic way, but it can mean like unexpected events, swift decision making, and things being fast paced. This is going to be something news that will require quick reactions and come from unexpected sources. So I find that interesting because I feel like there may be some kind of swift action that's going to have to be taken at some point before the election or around the election. But so this would kind of go in with what I'm feeling, and this is something, you know, that's going to have to, it's going to be needing quick reactions. And there might be something also in during the presidency that's going to need some sort of quick reaction. So we need somebody that can handle that. But because I feel like it's kind of like going to be for a little bit, this card, the energy that goes with this card. It's not just going to be around the election, but also kind of around the presidency at certain times. And we have mountains. So this is like overcoming obstacles, in my opinion. Encountering obstacles, difficulties, challenges, things like that. But you have the determination and the fight to forward and not give up. And again, the desire to overcome challenges and move forward and face difficulties with resilience. So that's what her energy is. It's very interesting because we have the shift that comes in that says there's going to be something unpredictable and she's going to have to act fast, and there's going to be some kind of news. So this could be like maybe she becomes president sooner, or maybe there's some sort of like news that causes her have to take action very fast, but she overcomes that obstacle and she takes that action. Okay, so this could even be like something happens really unpredictable really fast, but she's up to the she's overcomes that obstacle. She's ready to take on that mountain. That's the way I'm taking it. Because the way the cards came in, it was like here's this thing that comes in that she's gonna have to react fast to, and this news that's coming in, and then she's news that require quick actions from unexpected sources, and then she's ready to take on those actions as climbing that mountain. Okay, that's the way that it's that with the way that those are placed. That's how I'm taking that. And then we have the star card, so it's also she's going to be successful, happiness, success, harmony, inspiration. So the star card is actually Aquarius star card in the deck. It's one of the best cards in the deck of her being the star. It's also elation, strength, energy, inspiration, and a strong desire to act. She's ready to. Also, it means hope and an implementing plans. Okay, so she's able to implement her plans in place, and so the way that you can take these cards is so interesting how they came out. It's like here's the news, here's the unpredictability, right? Here's her climbing the mountain of the obstacles, but here's her coming out the star in the end and facing those obstacles head on and being successful in it and being the star. Okay, that's interesting how all those cards kind of play. And it's like through that here, she finds the key to the White House, the key, if you want to take it symbolic for that. But it also means hope, faith, strategic thinking, and planning for future success in the dynamic city. So this is her planning from then on. Okay. We have, I hope this is not what these cards mean. Then we have a cross. So it could be that she has to react swift because someone, because of the cross. You know what I mean? Because this is coming in as like, this can mean karma, but also difficulties. This can be sadness, emotion, turmoil, things like that. So this could be what causes everything to shift, is something happens, and it can be symbolic or literal. And I think you guys know where I'm going with this. Okay, that's so interesting. And the way that these are falling, this is not representing her. This are things that she's going to have to face. She's going to have to face deceit and treachery, or complex individuals, gossip, intrigue, things like that, and fake conversations. And also she's going to have to deal with a very sly and false person who is like kind of cautious. I mean, we can all kind of think she's going to have enemies, obviously. I don't take this as her. I take this as this could be something that comes in around her, and it could even just be somebody trying to disrupt her momentum in some way. That's what I'm feeling. So that we could look at that as like even world leaders or anybody really that's going to try to cause problems after all of this happens. And then there's crossroads. So trying to find the right decision in like a maze and situations requiring decisions, and she's weighing multiple options. And then it's also the end of a certain life cycle. So this can also be her old life into her new life. Okay. Or it can also be literal in the way that from the rest of the cards, if you want to take it that way, like something really crazy happens and she has to take the wheel. Okay. And then there's grief from that. But then it's her pushing through, going past all the snakes and people or the situations, okay, and overcoming any kind of negativity, we should say that. And she makes it. She has a crossroads, she has to make a decision. But again, it's also her old life cycle is ending and the new one is beginning. We could take it that way. Okay. And this feels like all of the chaos that I've been picking up as far as the twists and the turns and the bombshells. Like that could be some of what this is. But then she becomes the tree. Trees are strong. She's nurturing strong self-confidence and vitality. Purposefulness, conservation and unshakable character, leading to good health, advancement, and prosperity. She's strong faith in oneself, determination, and the ability to achieve personal goals. So regardless of all of that happens, that's going to be crazy. This is her standing tall like a tree and persevering. That's the way that I'm taking it. And then through all of that, she becomes the stork, changes for the better, personal development and improvement. A sign of cycle and growth and improvement. And it's a desire for personal growth and change as well. And forward movement and personal development. Okay. And through all of this, you're going to see her display a courage of stamina, strength, and responsibility in the dynamic urban setting. She is close to showing strength and protection. Or she is showing strength and protection. It means strength, nobility, courage, and personal endeavors. And if we think of a mama bear, all those as man, okay, even though she doesn't have children, I don't believe, she still has that mama bear instinct, and we are her children. That's the way that I'm taking it. And she will have the strength of a bear. She will fight like a bear, okay? And people might not think because she's a woman she can do that, but she has the tenacity, is what I just heard. She will be able to do so, okay? Those are interesting cards. I've never used them before, but they're pretty cool. So now I pulled the people cards for some qualities of her, okay? And I'm just going to use the qualities that I feel. So we have the dancer. So weaver of grace, movement, harmony, rhythm, and passion. Genius. Okay, someone that's a bearer of gifts, extraordinary intellect, innovative mind, and exceptional ability. Literally the lawyer. Okay, with keeper of justice, law, cases, advisor, defense, challenger, which she is. She's in this challenging position now, but she's a seeker of adventures, courage, challenge, and goal. So she's going towards one goal and she's challenging for it. So we pulled the father card, but that's ancestral passage. So this is like an ancestral passage thing for her, and also a guardian. Okay, so even though she's a woman, it's symbolic, you guys. Symbolic, okay? Painter. So I this kind of is like she's trying to paint the world as she wants it to be. So form, sensation, abstraction, like maybe come at things in a different way than what we're used to. Now she can be a little impulsive at times, and she's still learning. So, but she is the fireman, as in she's brave, she's heroism, she's giving a sacrifice, and she might rescue us, extinguish, put out some fires. That's why it's coming in coach. So she's training, nurturing, developing a plan, and she's encouraging and supportive. She's young. I mean, she's not super young, but she's got really young energy. She looks young. She doesn't look her age. Remember, the energy is everything. So she's young. She's vitality, innovation, potential, and growth. Okay, so we're growing. She also has animal spirits and is a spiritual leader nature animal shaman. But she's also can be funny and be a clown a little bit. She's thrown some witty punches. She also laughs a lot. So jester of laughter, performer, which she does. So we have a gambler here, which that's just a risk taker of fate. Fortune singer. Okay, so she's moving hearts with harmony, emotion, and resonance, and like the performance that she puts on. Knight, she is a keeper of honor, armor, battle, and loyalty. She's loyal to her country. She might have some tall tales, witty things that she says. That's what a bard is. Ballads and legends. She is about community. Okay, so we have neighbors, team, connection, society, and cooperation. So she is about the community. She has an athlete. She's an athlete. Like she has the seeker of vitality, exercise, life, strength, and speed. I don't know if she's very spiritual. I pulled a few spiritual cards. It might be ancestral power, ancestral spiritual. Again, I think she's been queen before. This is seer of the unseen, foresight, insight, and cosmic connection. So she may have that kind of connection to the cosmos that we're not aware of. Because she might not put that out there, but she might be more spiritual than religious. Not that she doesn't believe in God. I feel like she does. I feel like she's got the faith, but she also might be a little like spiritual, and she might even have some sort of gifts in some way that we don't know about. So she's a researcher. So she is explorer of truth, exploration, study rigor, and she might have some experiments with some things she's going to do. But this card was crazy when I pulled this. A revolutionist. Okay. So she's a freedom fighter, champion of transformation, pursuer of welfare and justice. So that's an amazing last card to pull. We are in the time of revolution. I told you guys about the tower. I was getting that tower moment. This delayed. See, this is what I'm talking about. There's going to be something that causes it to be delayed because I keep getting delays. And I heard that that's not legally possible, but I just keep wondering, something happens to Biden or Trump or both of them, then there's going to be delays. But this is delayed catastrophe, fear of pain, avoiding tragedy, resisting change and transformation. And the tower must fall so things can be rebuilt. I'm just wondering, there's going to be a tower moment somewhere. There just is. And that's reverse too. And then we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So recovering from that loss, overcoming adversity, facing challenges. So after that tower moment, there's going to be a time where it's going to have to be overcome. And with all of that, we have the Two of Wands. There's going to be anticipation, expectations, planning, decisions, overseas travel. There's travel again, and decisions and discovery. So it's like there's a tower moment. Okay, from that tower moment, they recover from it, and then there's plans that are made, and it might include traveling. Okay. And through all of this, though, we have the Star card. So again, I am optimistic about the future. Hope, direction, renewal, trust, belief, positivity, creativity, inspiration, and positive and rebirth. So the Star card, that's come in multiple times for her. But we also have the Justice upside down. So prejudice, injustice, inequality, legal complications, dishonesty, failure to take responsibility, unfairness. That I feel is going to be legal actions with Trump in the middle of the election, because again, this is surrounding the election, not just her. And we have the Ace of Cups, so joy or new love, or new love feelings, we should say. Joy, compassion, creativity. Hangman, something is like suspended, right? But it's also like new perspective. People are going to have a new perspective. There's going to be self-surrender, liberation, independence. I have to view the matters from a new perspective. This new perspective again. This already came in, and then again we have the weight of the. It's interesting because we have that Justice card reverse, and then we also have like dishonesty, criminal activity with the Hanged Man. Like, I think because it's like there's going to be a lot going on. Like, we might have something that causes us grief, like the loss of something, right? And then we also, I feel like there's going to be that whole legal matters in between, which I think is this. And he always tries to hide his stuff. So trickery, scheming, cheating, deceit, and I'm just saying things as they are. So, in the end, though, we have the Ten of Cups. This thing's kind of working out, but, and this is like coexistence, celebrations, peaceful stability. Now, I don't know per se if all of this means like Ten of Cups is one of the best cards in the deck, but I don't know if all this means like the government gets overthrown. Like, I don't know. That's in the astrology, that there could be a civil war and we don't have a government anymore. And again, that's kind of what Trump wants. He doesn't want any people to ever have to vote again. But the thing is he's forgetting he's 78 and he's not going to be around forever. So I don't even think he could ever make that pass, even if he wanted to. But the biggest thing here is make sure that, and things are rigged and they're going to happen as they're going to happen regardless. But still, try to get along with each other. If you don't agree, you just don't agree. That doesn't mean watch it and then bitch about it, or watch it and be a jerk about it, or be a jerk to other people in the comments. This is not to be a political post. This is not for one or the other. I am just reading the cards the way that they're coming out and perceiving them the way that I feel they need to be perceived. So this is coming from a spiritual perspective. This is not coming from a political perspective. So don't come at me and say I'm biased. Don't come at me and say this or that. I see things how they are, and if you don't want the truth, then don't be a part of the channel. I don't know what to tell you. And as far as if you're Patreon, you're watching this, it's because you wanted to, because it's going to be private on Patreon for a little bit for you guys, because I owe you. But expect a lot of chaos coming up. Expect a lot of twists and turns and a lot of bombshells, because that's what came in the cards, and that's what Spirit's saying. But it shows her as a very capable person and someone that is in it for the good of the country. And I don't think we've really seen that in a long time. I mean, honestly, she's not like most politicians, but politicians are politicians, okay? So I'm sure, with there's light and dark with everything in the world. So, I mean, times are changing and we have to change with them. We want to go forward and not backwards, and we have to think about the future and who would be capable of doing that for us. And that's not like a go vote for this person and go vote for that person type of thing. This is just literally, this is how it is. And who knows? I mean, things are going to happen as they're going to happen. I don't know. A lot of, like I said, astrologists are saying there's going to be like a civil war, and people like the states are going to go separate. And I hope not. Okay, I hope not. I do feel like there's going to be a lot of chaos next year because of the transits are crazy. So be prepared for that. And I have seen that in my world event Autowrites. And if I get anything else on this in the Autowrites, I will let you know. I hope that you enjoyed this. Again, cards are not my forte. I can only perceive them to the best of my ability and give you guys what I get. But hopefully you just take the cards as what they are. And again, don't take it as I'm trying to persuade any one way or another. I will just delete and mute people that are going to be A's about it. It's there. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to. I see a lot of other people that are doing it and they're not getting any grief. So, I'm tired of, I can't even put like opinions out as a social media influencer without losing subs or people coming at me or saying mean things because I feel a certain way. People forget that I read energy and I feel certain ways for certain reasons. And that doesn't mean that I'm trying to make you feel that way, but I'm just letting you know how I feel. You can take it with a grain of salt or not. That's up to you. People that are of a higher vibration will notice things that others don't, that are a lower vibration. Our vibe will always attract our tribe. So our vibration is attracted to people that are the same vibration. Just so keep that in mind. We have to really kind of think of who we would prefer to run our country, who had their chance already and whatnot. Damn, I'm not trying to be biased on this. Like, I am just not. But I just want people to be smart. I don't even know if votes count. Things are going to happen as they're going to happen anyways. But I just thought this would be interesting to do. That's all. I just wanted to see if I could do it, and I just wanted to see how it turned out. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And everything. I know this is not my normal forte, and I did step out of my comfort zone for this because I never do readings on this kind of stuff. And I got very, very drained from it. So I don't know. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm scared. So I'll see you guys next time.